Hi, today we have special guest Galyna. She is member of National Bar Association of Ukraine. She's my colleague because I'm also member of National Bar Association of Ukraine. However, usually everybody know me as speaker and foreign policy expert. We have a very important topic today. The topic touches the question of compensation for the damages which were caused by Russian aggression. I know that this is quite a complicated question, and I visited a lot of different conferences in Ukraine, outside Ukraine, and a lot of politicians, a lot of experts, a lot of lawyers raised this question when we speak about the future possible compensation. Everybody understands this is a question of justice. So we know that somebody Russia should compensate it. But what are the tools, the real mechanism of such kind of compensation now or in the future? I think it's quite a complicated question. So my first question regarding our today conversation: what is the general situation with the damages and how you as a lawyer see this problem, Galyna?
Yes, it's really a difficult question and situation, we know, that very serious for today, and Ukrainian business suffered losses from Russian aggression, and in the beginning of 2024, amount of losses is about $50 billion. So these losses divided into two types. So it's real losses and it's lost profit, such as loss partnership, international partnership, which led decrease their profit. And real losses such as destruction of physical properties and capture properties which stay on occupied territory.
Well, I heard that from open sources last year. I heard that the approximate amount of the damages which caused by war was approximately $400 billion. But it's without the situation in this year and without, as you said, lost profit. But I think the real damages, amount of these damages is much more high. We now hear a lot of information that one of the mechanisms which will be used as a compensation tool is potential realization of the Russian arrested assets. However, it's a political question. My second question is actually the mechanism. What are the tools? What ordinary businessmen, Ukrainian businessmen, or foreign investors who had their property in Ukraine, ordinary citizens who had a lot of property, may or can do now if they apply to you, to a lawyer, and ask, okay guys, we want to go to court, we need some kind of compensation, we understand it's complicated, however, help us. So what are the procedure now for the people who suffer?
Yes, really. For today, it's possible go to the court, but if your business or some person decide to go to the court, they should be ready that they face with the next problem. Because in general rule, we know that each state have sovereign immunity, yes, and it's mean that it's impossible go to the court state against state, yes. So it's the first problem, and that's why the countries even can't accept a case and can't make a decision. So in Ukraine, in April 2022, Supreme Court actually amount for Ukrainian courts and make decision and consider case, and that's why we have a court decision of Ukrainian courts and to consider and losses from Russia, yes, state. But earlier Also, it was possible go to European Court of Human Rights, but from 16th of September 2022, it's impossible, currently impossible, because Russia stopped be the part of Convention of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms, so it's impossible. So we understand that in this case we need political will. Yes, and political will should be in change our legislation, foreign legislation, and also Ukrainian legislation, because if we even take court decision, we can't use it, because after that we know that the next step it's
executive.
Executive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my next question. I want to add some things. So, did I understand correctly that we have already positive judicial practice in the sense of winning of the cases by Ukrainians against Russia? I mean, positive legal opportunity or possibility of winning such kind of cases in Ukraine, but the biggest problem is to execute such kind of decision, because we don't have such kind of tools. And as you said, we need to amend, to change the correspondent legislation base for the improvement of gaps which exist in the legislation. So the most complicated part is executive part, as you said, as you mentioned. What are variants? What are potential chances or options we have in the future if we see that the war will continue? We see the war will continue. So what are the possibilities?
In Ukrainian law, after we get court decision, we should get executive letter, which we should send to state executive, because only state, because private executive, they can't carry out court decision. So, and it's a problem, because in our law, claimant should send the document on the location of debtor, so or at their properties, where their properties. So certainly it's an impossible task for claimant, and this executive letter will be received to them. So it's impossible even to open. And in this case, that's why also our government should change our executive law and give the right to claimant send these letters, executive letter, on his location, not location debtor or properties.
So, and if the client applied to you, and what by the way, what you would advise to the clients? Should they go to you, to lawyers, to prepare them their suits, their cases, their legal case, or it's useless to do it now? So, what you would advise as a lawyer?
In Ukraine, I know that there is some register where our government gather information about losses, properties, and losses, and we don't know mechanism which will be in future, how people can recover their compensation. So but the register we have, so I can say that for today it's only we only gather information, and I know that there are lots of international organizations, international companies who also work in this case, but it should be in general understanding, not only take court decision, but also how execute with this decision. But for today, I think it's a really problem.
Okay, thank you for your sincere answers. Thank you very much. I hope that we can raise this question, this topic in the future more, because it's quite sensitive question, quite important question. I think that all the people in Ukraine who suffered such kind of terrible aggression from Russia should have not just moral but legal right to get the compensation, and not just right but practical material compensation should be done. This is my personal position as a citizen and as a lawyer. Thank you very much for your interview.
Thank you.
See you.